video is all about just one thing, one palette. It is the Light of the Party's Collector, wait, let me get this right. Tarte's Light of the Party Collector's Makeup Case, and it's available at Sephora for $59. I will admit right up front, they sent it to me with a whole bunch of other things to review. Actually, I didn't know it was coming. It just showed up on my doorstep. And I will cut to the chase in case you have other things you want to do and you don't want to watch this whole video. If they had not sent it to me, I would definitely have already bought this. It is a great case for the value, a great palette for the value, and I love it. But for those of you that want to know a little bit more, let's keep talking. So the Tarte Light of the Party Collector's Makeup Case, $59 at Sephora. It says on the website that if you account for everything that's in there, it's a value of $394, almost $400. That's a pretty good deal. It comes in this interesting packaging. It reminds me of Art Deco kind of thing. There's rose gold, silver, and gold, and black all over this, and then that is echoed in the actual case, which is not tiny. Look how, this is one fat thing. It is really cushioned on the top, but there's some quilting underneath it, and there's funky sequins. Not a huge fan of the packaging, just gonna say it. I like, in a weird way, that it's cushioned, because if you are gonna travel with it, it gives you a little, literally cushioning around the products that won't get broken. But if you're not traveling, and most of us are not traveling all that often, this is a lot to just have sitting somewhere. That being said, if you're only gonna own one thing, and you might only need just this for eyeshadow, blush, and highlighter, and bronzer, it looks really pretty sitting out on your counter. So it's closed with a zipper. Mine is open. And then you open it up and you get this. So on the bottom you have 24 shadows, and we'll talk about a little bit about this later. And then let's try this side. This is a pop out palette, which I will pop out in 1 second, and then it comes with a double-ended brush and a deluxe size sample of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on the top. So, like I said, you get a pretty good size deluxe sample of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, which is a mascara that I actually like very much and I've bought before. And then you get this double-ended brush, which I would have picked something different. This is a slightly fluffy crease brush right here, which is great. And then on this side is a pretty dense, almost a pencil brush, but it's frankly too wide to be a pencil brush. So I don't really know what you could do with it. I tried it today when I did my makeup, using it to draw underneath my lashes, and it's just too wide. I think this crease brush is great. I would have preferred to see a flat brush on this end, but that's my criticism there. And then this pops out to be a nice, thin, very handy little case, and that leaves you with this big, so you're gonna honk and mirror, like huge. And it's not a plastic mirror, it's a nice, hello. That's a nice big mirror. So if you're traveling, actually this is lovely. Inside this little pop-out palette, the little gold packaging on the back, is no mirror, but it has a lot of wonderful things. It has a really nice blush. The blush is called, I'm gonna put it this way. The blush is called Amazed. And then above that is a bronzer called Social Butterfly. I'm fair-skinned. I've been using these all week and they look, I love them. I think they'd look good on pretty much fair to mid-tone complexions. You have a really nice highlighter. I'll swatch this all, I promise, called Pink Champagne, which looks great on fair skin. And then you have 6 shadows here. You have Popcorn Strand and Wrapped Up on the top. Then you have Dancer and Prancer and Shining Star in the middle, and You'll Be Surprised and Mulberry and Bright on the bottom. We'll swatch all these, don't worry. You have 24 shadows, a lot obviously have some glisten or even sparkle to them. This whole row here is matte, and then kind of sprinkled around are a couple other mattes in here. Now, like I said, I have been wearing this palette nonstop since it arrived on my doorstep. And if you're a neutral person, which I am a neutral eyeshadow lover, this is a great palette. There's really a nice variety of glisteny lighter shades that I like to put on my lid. There's a fairly decent, not great, but fairly decent option for more of the mid-tone colors. I feel like they're lacking a few mid-tone colors, to be honest, for that crease. There are some nice outer corner glistening, shimmery, satiny shades, and there's a really nice selection of deeper toned mattes. I would have liked to have seen maybe 1 or 2 more mid-tone mattes, but overall this is a fabulous, fabulous palette. I keep looking at it because it's really pretty. If you're the kind of girl that loves color and you know, jewel tones, you're not gonna love this, but then you probably don't like my videos either because I never use those. So I think we should stop talking and start swatching, and just because it's easier to do 4 fingers at a time, I'm gonna start from this end of the palette, which, let me hold it up the right way. I'm gonna start from this end of the palette and work my way across. Okay, I have the lights turned on really bright so we can see these really well, and I'm gonna swatch this top row first. So we have, in order from top to bottom, Sugar Cookie, which isn't really going to show up, Miracle of Light, right there, Under the Mistletoe, and last but not least, Sleigh Watch. There they are. The next row is the second row right here, and let's swatch those up. Here we go with In a Flurry, Rum Plum Plum, Ring-a-Ling, I really like this one, and Mulled Wine. There they are. The next row down is right here, third row. Let's get those on fingers. One of my favorites, Fizz the Season. Then we have, this is Tartini. I had to read that one a little closely. Tartini. Hard to see on the skin, it's right there. Then we have, oops, sorry. Okay, well that one that I just smeared all over myself, that one is Cocoa What Fun. And then let's do Fireside Chat in the middle there, shall we? All right, so that's an interesting group of swatches there. I love this one. Fizz the Season, love it. Okay, we're halfway done. Now we're gonna talk about this row right here. All right, let's go darkest to lightest this time, shall we? This one is Black Velvet. This one is Party Favored. That's my favorite crease one, by the way. This one is Baby It's Gold Outside. Love that. Used that a few times. And this one's called It's Snow Time. There they are. That's a very nice black. All right, now we get to the second to the last one. This is almost all the way to the right if you're looking at it right side up. It's this row here. I'm gonna go darkest to lightest. It seems to work the best. So, Hot Chocolate, Gingerbread Mansion, Peach on Earth, a great transition color, I think, and Eggnog. And there they are. Last row here on the bottom, or all the way to the right if you're looking at this palette the correct way. From the bottom to the top, we have Midnight Kiss, Chrome for the holidays. I like this one too, a lot. That's what I have on my lid today. Come What Gray. I don't know if I call that a gray, but it's like a warm grayish, greigey. And then What a Wonderful Pearl, which is a great brow bone and highlight. I have a few favorites in this last row. Let's go ahead and swatch the mini palette. Let's do the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter here. So this is the bronzer, Social Butterfly. This is the blush, Amazed. And here's the highlighter, Pink Champagne. Isn't that pretty? Let's share that out so you can see. Very pretty. And now let's get to some shadows. We'll do these three on this side, we have Wrapped Up, Shining Star, and Mulberry and Bright. So here is Wrapped Up. Here is Shining Star. And here is Mulberry and Bright. I really like how pigmented this pink is. For a matte shade, it's gorgeous. And then the last row of shadows closest to the blush and bronzer, we have You'll Be Surprised, Dancer and Prancer, and Popcorn Strand. Oh, it's Popcorn Strand. At first I thought it said Popcorn Stand. Couldn't figure out how that was at all holiday-ish. So we have Popcorn Stand right there. Popcorn Strand, Dancer and Prancer, and You'll Be Surprised. Here they are. 1, 2, 3. Okay everyone, so I hope that you enjoyed checking out all the swatches. It is harder than it looks to do. Anyway, my final take on it is this. I think it's a great palette. It's great for beginners because I know from using this palette for just about a week that every shade I've touched blends beautifully. It lasts a long time, so it's very forgiving palette if you're not really experienced with blending. All the colors go together, so you don't have to worry about what you're wearing with what. The price is fabulous. It's beautiful packaging. As far as travel goes, it's kind of a pain, but really if you bring these two together, this goes inside, then you have everything you need except foundation, eyeliner, and you could use some of these shadows as eyeliner. So I'm gonna say you have everything you need except for foundation, your liquids, except mascara. So I think it's a great palette. I think Tarte hit it out of the park with this. Of all the palettes they've sent me and all the palettes I've seen in stores, I've never felt compelled really to buy one until I saw this one, and wow, I think it is gorgeous. So if you have any experience with this, if you have also picked it up, let me know what you think. I will link it in the description box below. If you want to click on that link, you don't have to use that link to buy it. If you do, I do get a small commission, so thank you in advance. But it will also give you a lot more information about fluid ounces and weight and all that stuff. Tarte products are vegan, I believe, and without parabens and phthalates, however you pronounce that. So that's a nice added bonus. I will be doing some tutorials coming up. I've just had so much fun playing with it the last few days that I haven't had time to, I haven't narrowed down what I want to show in a tutorial. So if you have any suggestions about the shades that you want me to use in a look, that could be a lot of fun. Let me know what you think. I'm excited to dig in. Overall, the few negatives are completely outshadowed by the amazing positives of this set. And I do have a few more things to review out of this collection. They also sent me the blush palette, the holiday brushes, and a very fun, sparkly eyelash curler. So be on the lookout for those as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Fall is right around the corner, and I am hosting a homecoming after party for 27 very excited freshmen. So when Target reached out to me and asked if I could find a way to incorporate plaid into my home decor,